Welcome to our special feature, The Trump Effect on the Markets in 2025. As speculation about Donald Trump's potential return to the White House mounts, financial analysts and investors alike are keeping a keen eye on the possible impacts his policy decisions may have on the world's financial journey. Besides financial markets, stock and currency fluctuations are essential touchpoints in this dialogue. Investors are undoubtedly bracing themselves for a volatile yet unpredictable 2025. As we delve into the topic on hand, let us consider the significant influence Trump administration policies have had in recent years. The market trends observed during his previous tenure continue to shape expectations for the upcoming year. Investors are primed for any policy adjustments that may result from a potential return to power, an outcome imbued with the potential to seriously affect global market stability. Casting our gaze on Trump's track record, his stance on trade remains a seminal concern. It was during his time in office that the world saw a resurgence of the America First philosophy. The ensuing trade wars, although vouched for domestically, did not bode well for the international marketplace, leaving it teetering on edge. The least bit of indication hinting at tough trade policies will undeniably have the markets responding anxiously. Trump's approach to taxation, another significant part of his policy framework, dictates greater fluidity in the economic landscape according to the prevailing expectations. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017 was intended to stimulate economic growth by allowing greater flexibility in the market. Long-term investors are speculating whether a similar capital-friendly initiative would be well received should Trump return to power. Shifts in currency valuation are often seen in the light of evolving political narratives. The unexpected victory of the Leave campaign in the Brexit referendum sent ripples through the world's financial centers in 2016, toppling the sterling in the aftermath. The phenomenon made the county somewhat of an outlier in the global context, albeit not by choice. Could Trumponomics 2.0 similarly influence currency valuation in 2025? Venturing into the domain of monetary policy, echoes of the past inevitably reverberate through the present. Trump's frequent, public attacks on the Federal Reserve, often for pursuing tight policies, made headlines during his previous tenure. This engendered an atmosphere of ambiguity around the direction of the country's monetary policy. Speculators are certainly apprehensive of any potential rekindling in the 2025 scenario, a factor capable of launching waves of volatility in the market. While every financial market is interconnected by default, certain sectors earn copious attention from Trump's circle of influence. Among these, we have energy. In the years preceding Trump's absence from the Oval Office, the energy markets operated in a state of flux as his government oscillated between encouragement for traditional resources and aversion to commitments towards renewable energy. The technology sector, however, painted a different picture. The industry, jittery during Trump's tenure, balanced many unreassuring acts, such as the notorious Huawei ban. A second term promises further shakeups, with rumors of data sovereignty, liability laws, and accessibility regulations swirling through the cyberspace. The outcome could potentially tip the scale of investor confidence in the tech industry. Trump's approach towards manufacturing was a subject of both adulation and disdain. His promotion of indigenous manufacturing surfaced as a boon for the industry, especially the auto and steel sectors. Should he return to power, it might signal the continuity of such protectionist measures. Contrary winds blow too, though, with grounds for global friction potentially rising amidst reciprocal charges of unfair play. Nonetheless, amidst the worldwide lull of positive investor sentiment, a few persisting contemporaries aren't immune from the pressures. For instance, the pharmaceutical sector. During his tenure, Trump often articulated a desire to rein in the high cost of prescription drugs. As speculations mount, some fear that a potential 2025 return may translate into policy revisions antagonistic to Big Pharma. Likewise, the financial sector, which typically performs under duress during periods of uncertainty, is also expected to navigate its way through choppy waters. The policies introduced during Trump's previous stint, including deregulation initiatives, played a profound double-edged role in altering the sector's dynamics. Market watchers are keenly awaiting signals of what can be expected in 2025. The real estate sector, too, is no stranger to the impact of Trump's policies. During his presidency, accelerated economic growth and low interest rates quickened the pace of the housing market. A potential extension of the Trump presidency in 2025 could spell further opportunities for the sector, impacting real estate investment trusts, home builders, and commercial real estate. Despite his voluntary exit from the Paris Climate Agreement, a second term of the Trump presidency can forebode challenges for the environment and sustainability sectors. His stance on the key environmental issues and the accompanying policies implemented played a pivotal role during his first stint, leaving the sector mulling over the potential developments in 2025. The retail sector, despite subsisting in a period of intense transformation with the growing forces of e-commerce, could witness USA-centric supply chains strengthening. Trump's protectionist stance set the right climate for just that, preferring low-skilled domestic manufacturing. On the flip side, the ongoing US-China trade war sent reverberations through global retail stocks. Will the pattern continue in 2025? As the global economy's de facto marshmallow test, the maritime sector could witness several significant ups and downs. Trump's sporadic interventions and shifting policies in this sector, from tax reformation advocating American export rise to trade agreements like the USMCA, had a telling effect on maritime shipping and transport logistics. These policies, and their potential evolution in 2025, drive excitement and apprehension alike into the industry's hearts. The health of the market, at large, is heavily predicated on the investor's confidence. A resounding policy shift is sometimes all it takes to tip the balance one way or another. The mere possibility of Trump re-entering the White House is already affecting investor sentiment, reflecting in their cautious investment strategies and, consequently, market trends. To sum up, the financial markets are poised on a precipice, wavering in the shadows of possible policy adjustments. Will Trump administer a repeat prescription of market shakeups if he returns in 2025? Only time can tell. For now, the debate continues, and the world tunes into the unfolding scenario with rapt anticipation, a tale of a roller coaster ride that promises to keep us on the edge of our seats. So, while we wait for the saga to unfold and for the year 2025 to actually dawn upon us, one thing is clear: the echoes of Trump's previous presidency in the corridors of the world's businesses, in the chambers of global finance, and in the hearts of worldwide crowd will linger and will continue to frame our view on the future. Remember, power that shapes policy is as influential as policy itself, for upon the rugged peaks of politics germinate the shoots of financial fortune and misfortune. We stand poised, then, on the edge of a new era whose contours remain tantalizingly unclear, whose impacts may well shape the histories of living generations. For now, the world watching and waiting. We stand on the brink, teetering between hope and fear, between past lessons and future worries. But in these anxious moments of anticipation and speculation, there also lies the promise of renewal, of second chances, of the quest for enduring progress devoid of political whims. Change, after all, is a continuous process, and every change is an opportunity. As multitudes sing today's aspirations and fears, only one facet is certain: that the world will continue to spin on the axis of business and markets. How it spins, whether it wobbles or navigates with determined poise, will be an intriguing detail observed and influenced by potential world leaders. One such leader, waiting in the wings, could well be the man who once led the nation. And as they all watch and wait, the hand of time inches closer to 2025. Indeed, the trumpet blast of history is about to echo once again in the rooms of power. And just as the tide hearkens the moon's celestial pull, so too may financial ripples respond to the governance's gravitational policy force. The world stands on the brink. It's about to step into a new era. It's about to take that plunge into 2025. The captivating dance of financial figures, the whims of currency symbols, and the rise and fall of stock graphs, all shall try to resound with the music of political harmony or discord as 2025 begins. Because this year, like any other, is merely a leap in the chronicle of mankind's great march through the ages, guided by the beacon of finance, underscored by the play of policies, and interwoven by political narratives. As we stand on the precipice of this imminent transition, we are filled with the excitement of the unknown's possibilities. Is the world ready to embrace a new era of financial vitality under an all-too-familiar supervising eye? Can lessons from the past weave together new threads of sustainable growth, fostering balance in an inevitably entangled global scenario? With billions entwined in the global financial web, the world looks to its financial leaders for stability, direction, and occasional course correction. Against such a backdrop, the potential tide of Trump's policies is yet another formidable quiver in the global financier's bow. It is not a question of whether change is coming. Rather, it is a question of when and in what form. As we wrestle with these questions, the echoes of the past reverberate, the shadows of previous policies looming large over our future path. We are faced with a decision: to fear these shadows or to cast the light of understanding upon them, learning from our yesterdays to craft a more stable and prosperous tomorrow. The financial yearning for the familiar and the predictable is at odds with the ever-changing contours of the political canvas. A potential return of Trump to the White House reignites a fear of a return to the tumult of yesteryears or infuses hope of building upon the past successes. The tension between the fear of the unknown and the audacity of hope characterizes the current business environment. As we gear up to step into 2025, we're here standing with bated breath and quickened heartbeats, teetering on the brink of anticipation and apprehension. The echoes of the Trump era, the lessons learned, and the uncertainties faced, all converge upon this pivotal year. Will it be the reckoning of our resilience or the testament of our turmoil? Only time will unravel the tale. In conclusion, the world equips itself to face another turning of the gears of greatness. As it straddles the neck of a bottle, balancing between stagnation and surge, the impetus of market dynamics strains against the bridle of political dictum. The advent of 2025 is marked by an air thick with anticipation and rife with a sense of shared destiny, shaped by transcending financial horizons and shadowed by the looming silhouette of political prowess. Thus, as the world tightens its collective quarrels and braces itself for impending change, it clings on to a sliver of hope rooted in financial reinvention, political equilibrium, and a possible spectacle of human perseverance. Mankind, behind all its facets, remains hopeful of creating a future characterized by shared growth, balanced economies, and the possibility for sustained financial progress. While Trump's potential return to the helm continues to loom large in the global financial landscape's imagination, the market is watchful, and the world waits with bated breath. What will 2025 hold? Only time will tell. Until then, the globe circles the sun, markets fluctuate, and the dance of finance endures.